which is also the way I plan to take on the zombie apocalypse. Oh, I'm prepared for zombie time. Here's what I'm doing. You know, I think you can only defend your house for so long, right? So as soon as zombie time happens, as soon as the shit goes down, I'm taking it to the streets. I'm going mobile. So I'm going to throw my baby in the baby Bjorn, and then I'm going to take a knife to the end of my aluminum bat. And then I'm going to throw my wife on my back in a baby Bjorn. With 2 shotguns. It's going to be the most kick-ass thing you've ever seen. But because I'm so out of shape, I'll last like 5 minutes. I yell at the zombies, climb out, you guys! You know, like fucking brains dead. And they'll be like, did you see that fat guy defending his family? That was awesome. Before his back split in half and he filled his pants full of poo and he collapsed on. And I just used to think we would never have a kid because you always hear about potheads having low sperm count, right? Like it's science fact. And I saw it on the news while I was high, but they said that, and I always used to think that like I'm lazier than most of my pothead friends. So I just pictured my sperm being just as lazy as daddy, you know, hanging out my balls going, I ain't fucking going anywhere. We got Netflix in here. Netflix in my balls. But when my wife told me we were having a child, I was like, that is awesome. You're going to make a great single mom. And it sounds mean, but I'm just afraid that I'm not going to be around for much longer because I'm old, right? Like I'm 13 and I'm old for dad. And I'm super out of shape, too. Like, this is how out of shape I am. Recently, I hit a speed bump going too fast, and parts of my body moved independently of each other. I hit the speed bump, and this kid's like, hey, what's going on? This kid's trying to climb out the window. And I've got to sort of hover for like 10 seconds. That's what I'm doing. Time to do a sit-up, you fat fucking fuck. And I used to be worried about having a kid because I used to think this was kind of a shitty world to bring a kid up in, right? And things have kind of gotten worse over the years, but then my wife and I was convinced. But now my friends are being negative about it. They're like, how can you bring a kid into this world, man? Things are so fucked up. And 2012, when the Mayan calendar ends, the shit's gonna go down. The apocalypse is gonna come as soon as the Mayan calendar ends. And they made that shitty movie, right? And I don't think that's true. I think when the Mayan calendar ends, you're just supposed to buy a new Mayan calendar. That's how calendars work. They end, and then you buy a new fucking calendar. That's how the calendar industry thrives. But I don't think the world will end in 2012, but if it does, I'll be really bummed, because my kid will only be 3, right? Like, he won't even be able to save the apocalypse. He'll be like, Daddy, the apocalypse is here. Like, that's adorable. Worse skeletons. A really sweet moment before the apocalypse happens. So I talk about my age and being 13, and I also talk about drinking. I love to drink, but it's like time for me to slow down. Like my body's telling me it's time to slow down. Because now when I get the whiskey shits, it lasts like a month. I just can't party like I used to. And I have like some friends that are single in my age and they still party like they did. And I can't believe it. Like, remember when you're in your 20s, or some of you guys are in your 20s, and you have the one friend who parties harder than anybody? You know the dude I'm talking about? He's always got like the broken 12-pack box in his hand. It's in the middle of the afternoon. He's in the streets, shirtless, yelling at cops like, fucking party. When you're in your 20s, you're like, that guy's awesome. But when you're in your 30s and your buddy's still shirtless, yelling at cops, you're like, nah, I guess that's cool, he's holding on to that. But when you're in your 30 teens or your 40s, and your buddies feel like fucking party, you're like, when are you gonna die? Some sort of party-related accident. What is that schedule? I just hate people that that's all they talk about is partying, like that's all they got to look forward to in life. Like, I love my wife, but I just hate some of her dumbass single friends. And we were about to go out recently, and one of her dildo friends said this. And yeah, you can call a girl a dildo, look it up. Good. She said this thing I hate so much. She said this thing, I don't know if you guys hate it like I do. do. But she said the thing that I hate more than anything. She goes, tonight, let's party like rock stars. Oh, fucking, I wanted to punch her in the face forever. I'd still be swinging on her. I want to go to Tempe. I was having a good time. You asked for it. You know what you said. I hate that phrase, party like a rock star, so much. I would like to build a time machine for the singular purpose of finding the first douchebag who coined the phrase, party like a rock star, and right when he made it up, pop out of the time machine and kick him in the dick as hard as I can. Because you know what happened in Orange County like 5 years ago, right? A couple of douchebags were having a douche off. And one guy says to his buddies, you guys, tonight, let's party like rock stars. And his buddy's like, that's fucking awesome. And then you hear burp, and I pop out of the time machine and go, bing! And kick him in the ding-ding. And you know he'd forget what he was talking about. He'd be like, you guys, what was I saying before the dude who looked like Beaker from the Muppet Show? Popped out of the time machine and kicked me in my boot arm. No, bro, but fucking hate time machines and buckets. Here's what I honestly think. I think if you're going to use the phrase party like a rock star, I think we as your friends should force you to be specific about which rock star you intend to party with. Like if you go, tonight, man, I'm partying like Bon Scott from AC/DC. Then it's like, be careful. That ends badly. You know your AC/DC history, or your AC/D-story. That dude died partying, so bring a spotter. Or if you go, you know what, man, I'm going to party 90s style tonight. I'm going to party like Marilyn Manson. And what that means is you drink a bunch of absinthe and you tuck a wiener between your legs. And you dance around in the graveyard. And to you, I say, party on, man. Don't fucking invite me to your weirdo party. I will not respond to your e-bites.